Welcome everybody, and thank you for celebrating with us. We have a really action-packed agenda, as you will see in your kits. So the objective of our workshop was to help our IDRC-supported networks and regional projects to improve their communication strategies, and we wanted to do this by exposing the project leaders to a range of interesting and innovative ways of communicating with audiences in the civil society and policy communities. We've brought you here to give you a couple of days to think strategically about communications. So your role is to, as much as possible, try to apply and think about the different things that you're learning about within the context of your project. The IDRC ICT4D program staff are dispersed amongst the table, so this is an opportunity for us to learn and to learn by working with you. The lead facilitation team is me, Chedali, and Rena. We're going to be just helping to keep things moving along. We've created a website for this workshop, and we've been putting up the different materials, so you'll be able to come back to this website. We've brought in 5 different teams of facilitators to work with you over these days. Their role is to go over some of the theory and practice of these different frameworks. We have a few other people in the room, the others, which are sort of participant observers. They don't really fit into any of these roles, but they've come to join us. There'll be another sounding board for all these activities, and they will also participate in everything that we'll be doing in terms of the interactive sessions.
My name is Mumit Khan. I'm with BRAC University, Bangladesh. My project is called PAN Localization Project. It's the acronym is PAN L10N, but the 10 comes from localization, the number of letters. Our project is to give access to information in their local language. So for example, if you're Bengali speaking, you don't speak English, we don't want to be shut out from the computer world. We want to provide that in Bengali.
My name is Anita. I work with an organization called IT for Change, and we are located in Bangalore. The project is called Information Society for the South, and it is actually indicated on this poster. This project is about power relations, and how information and communications technologies are embedded in power relations. Our project seeks to do research which can point to this and also evolve the set of principles and the models that can change this. So it's not only about critique, it's also about pointing to change.
My name is Chat Garcia Ramilo, and I work for an organization called Association for Progressive Communications. The project is called the Gender Evaluation Methodology. In short, GEM. It's a project where we build capacity for other development workers in the field of ICT to work on gender evaluation for their projects.
My name is Dr. Sharik Khoja, and I work for Aga Khan University in Karachi, Pakistan. Our project is called Pan-Asian Collaboration for Evidence-Based E-Health Adoption and Application. We abbreviate it as PANASEA. It's basically trying to create evidence for e-health in developing country context in Asia, so that we have clear evidence how e-health can be used in local settings in culturally sensitive way, and then produce that evidence to the policymakers to see how policies can be changed to adopt e-health applications in Asian countries.
Well, depending on the audience, it's been very positive when we describe our results, our research to people who are going to be our users. It's been very difficult and sometimes very frustrating to talk to the policymakers, because unless, for example, countries have ICT policy, unless it's in the policy, it will not be sustainable. So our job, part of our job is to communicate to the policymakers. Then the question comes in, how do we communicate to them in a way that they understand, and they understand what we are trying to do? So I think depending on the audience, the communication strategies have been going from very positive to a learning experience.
In one word, I think it's been challenging, because many times it's not about localized stories of people and communities. It's a little bit abstract, but it's been very rewarding.
We've been doing this project for quite a while now. We are now in phase 2. And in the course of the several years that we've been working, we are finding it easier to communicate the project, in the sense that we're able to have examples, because we've worked with different kinds of projects, like telecenters, for example. So what we do is we use that experience, we tell the story, and we say, okay, this is how this project is using this approach or this methodology. So that's the key. That's the key, is to be able to say, we have other people who do the same things, and this is how they use it.
Our network isn't too old. We have just started working on our projects. So we don't have much to communicate yet, but we are trying to use newsletters and other news clips and communication media to attract our internal participants. Very soon we'll have results available for external participants, external audience as well, and we will be using different communication media for them as well.
I didn't know what to expect. And one of the things that I must admit, that coming out of the workshop, I am much more aware of need for a communication strategy. Retrofitting a communication strategy at the end of a project or the middle of the project is quite difficult. So one of the things that we've been thinking about is how to now propagate that throughout the network so other people actually are aware of this, and then to see where it takes us from there. But yes, I guess my expectations were met, even if I'm a bit overwhelmed in some cases and underwhelmed in others, but overall, yes.
We were expecting quite a bit. We were at a stage where we are now developing a communication plan, and so we needed clarity on the plan, different components of it, tools that could help us in building that plan. Those expectations have certainly been met. We got a good opportunity to learn each of the tools separately, get into dialogue, discuss. This workshop has helped us a lot.
I love the interactivity of the workshop. Really, the participants were talking to each other, learning from each other's experiences, looking at how they use the different communication tools, video, visuals, etc. I mean, that's going to be very useful in the work that we do. What is it that we really need? And I think I have a lot of ideas in terms of what we do need. For example, stories, really compelling stories that we can then use in different formats. You know, these ideas are really good in terms of what we can do after the workshop.